tax returns outcome will leave you in the best possible position. Call them today at 694-4184. Robson, Scribner, and Stewart. They're there for you today. Again, that number is 694-4184. Time is of the essence, so don't delay. 694-4184.
Good morning. You're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source. Some good bumper music for this Friday, February 21st. It is Friday, and we still got some cloudy weather. We're expecting it to clear out, hopefully, within today, as we are now sitting on a little bit warmer, not too much, but we're back to 46 degrees here, broadcasting live at the Paddock Mall. 46 degrees outside with winds gusting now to 26 miles an hour, north winds at 12 to 16 sustained. So it's a little breezy out there, a little bit chilly, and a high of only 54 degrees today. Tonight, mostly clear, 35 degrees and cold. But for the weekend, 65 tomorrow, Sunday, 73. And for Sunday, we just had in the studio, we had Robert Golan for Shalom Park, partner with On Top of the World. Shalom Park having their Fun at the Park Gnome and Fairy Festival, February 23rd, 2020. And that's from 1 to 4 p.m. A lot of good stuff we were talking about there. They've got so much going into this with this theme. It just sounds so much fun. Yeah, the event is free, too, by the way. It is free. They'll have food trucks and other vendors there, activities, games, arts, and crafts. As far as music, this is awesome. Enjoy the enchanting sounds of Mystic Celts, a 5-piece Celtic string band, and watch the Irish Echoes perform traditional Irish step dancing on the Shalom Park stage. Fairy Tale Lane, let it lead you down to the enchanted tales with a fairy godmother every hour, beginning at 1 p.m., talking fairy tale stories at the Shalom Park Paragibo. It's a palisade and a gazebo all together, Paragibo. The Whimsical World, let your fairy tale fantasies come to life. Don't miss your chance to get up close to a real live mystical creature, as they're saying they have white ponies there as well. For all ages, for boys, for girls, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., February 23rd, that's Sunday. The weather looks phenomenal for it at Shalom Park. So all of our best to them, and go out and enjoy the park and the festivities that they'll have there. Just a lot of good stuff. We've had a good show here so far today, as we've talked a little technology. We've talked a little bit about Conservation Commission of the Florida Wildlife with the horseshoe crab. We've talked about the announcement of red snapper season. We've talked about the NFL owners and improvement terms of the new collective bargaining agreement. What else have we talked about? A whole lot of stuff. We've got at the bottom of the hour, as we're now about 15 minutes after the top of the 10 o'clock hour. So at the bottom of the hour, of course, we'll have in the studio OM Radio, Ocala Magazine. With just a week left in February, we'll be having them talk a little bit about what's coming up next for their March issue and everything like that. So for now, I wanted to bring up, here's was an interesting topic that I thought was worth talking about. Let me ask you this. Is $13 too much for a box of cereal? $13, yeah, that's pretty high. Well, General Mills doesn't seem to think so. Would you pay $13 for a box of cereal? Now, General Mills said on Tuesday that the food company plans to bolster sales by offering a ready-to-eat breakfast meal complete with real maple berries, dried cherries, and almonds. The catch? The box is priced at more than double the cost of the average box of breakfast cereal in the U.S. Quote, "We're innovating in new product forms that command premium price points, including our new Morning Summit cereal, which has almonds as the first ingredient and sells for $13 a box," said the company's CEO, Jeff Harmening, who told investors in a conference on Tuesday. The cereal, aimed at health-conscious consumers, also contains organic coconut oil and pumpkin seeds for sweetness. General Mills added dried sugary cranberries and dried cherries to the blend. The sales price is part of a strategy to offer, quote, "compelling innovation" and, quote, "health benefits" that give the consumers a reason to walk down the cereal aisle at grocery stores. Harming said, "The average price of a box of cereal in the U.S. right now is around $3.27. The most recent figures that show this: Walmart is selling a 38-ounce box of Morning Summit for $26.27. And on Amazon, the cereal will run Prime members $24.97. So almost $30 for a 38-ounce box. Wow. Millennials have been accused in the past of killing off breakfast cereals as they've shifted toward eating on the go and focusing on nutrition. In 2015, almost 40% of the millennials surveyed by Mintel said cereal was an inconvenient breakfast option because they had to clean up after eating it. Nah, see, they're instigating here about us getting upset at millennials for not being able to clean a dish. Easy. I know. See, now being in this media stuff, you can see where they're trying to snag opinions to be lopsided. So if you ever wonder, it's not necessarily politics that keeps us polarized. It's the way we share information nowadays. So be careful out there to the public. Make sure you guys read everything with a grain of salt and know that there's some kind of agenda with mostly everything that's written. So millennials have been accused in the past of killing off breakfast cereals as they switched or shifted towards eating on the go. And in that poll, 40% of millennials surveyed says that cereal is not something they eat anymore as an inconvenient breakfast option. Harning said that the cereal industry saw sales stabilize in 2019 as more people had kids and ate breakfast at home. Okay. To revive cereal fortunes, General Mills is also doubling down on sugary breakfast cereals. The Minneapolis, Minnesota-based company launched Hershey Kisses flavored and Trix Trolls inspired cereals in recent months. Okay, well, now they're trying to blame millennials for the fact that they have a hard time cleaning up after themselves when they eat a bowl of cereal. But the bottom line is they're actually trying to get you to understand that they're going to charge nearly $13 for a box of cereal as they're looking to implement, like we said, ready-to-eat breakfast cereal complete with maples, berries, dried cherries, and almonds. That would be more than double the cost of an average breakfast cereal. Now, mind you, with the health-conscious consumers, contains organic coconut oil, pumpkin seeds, and stuff like that for sweetness, as well as dried cranberries and cherries to the blend, of course. But just in the later paragraph mentioning that they are still releasing sugary-based cereals as well. Do you folks still eat cereal? Is cereal popular? I actually don't eat a whole lot of cereal. I used to. I really don't consume milk much anymore. So with not really drinking milk, that took cereal out of the equation. And there's nothing inconvenient about a bowl of cereal. If anything, it's one of the most convenient things you can eat. And now they have it in prepackaged on-the-go bowl containers where all you have to do is add milk. When it comes to cereal, I pretty much use substitute of regular cow's milk. I use almond milk. Used to use soy milk. We don't do that anymore. But almond milk, as I've stayed away from regular cow's milk. And just to how it agrees with me, I feel that I'm older now, and actually taking cow's milk out of my diet has helped me a little bit. But with that being said, it's actually lessened my basically I just don't eat cereal anymore. But not to say for everybody else in the household, because they eat cereal. Now, That being said, are they trying to market this at $13 a box or more just to save grace? And eventually the other markup on cereals will eventually come close or not look as... In other words, if you charge $13 a box for cereal, and then you up the price of Lucky Charms to, say, $5 a box, it won't look as bad because you're still not paying at least $13 or $15 for the healthy cereal. I don't know. It's interesting. Anyway, nonetheless, is $13 too much for a box of cereal? I'd say it might be. Yeah. Anyways, we were talking earlier, too, about a local Ocala steakhouse that had closed. The Logan's Roadhouse, just down from where we're at here at the Paddock Mall, had closed as the chain steakhouse in Ocala Sunday shuts its doors, but thanks patrons with a posted sign. Logan's Roadhouse, located at 2621 Southwest 19th Avenue Road, posted a sign thanking its patrons after permanently closing. The message to customers said that the staff enjoyed serving them, their friends, their families for over this past several years. Well, it was stated here that in August of 2016, the company that owns Logan's Roadhouse filed for bankruptcy and announced the closure of 18 of its 256 locations. In September 2016, 2 locations in Kissimmee, 2 in Orlando, and 3 other locations in Florida shut their doors. Another one here for Ocala. Juveniles involved in a fiery 3-vehicle crash that tied to multiple burglaries and thefts. 7 juveniles were injured in a fiery 3-vehicle crash on Monday morning, having been linked to a string of Ocala burglaries and Marion County thefts. The crash took place in the 600 block of West State Road 40 near Southwest 60th Avenue shortly before 7:30. The juveniles were in a 1989 brown Ford pickup truck that had been reported stolen out of Marion County. The 2 Marion County Sheriff's deputies who were responding to the auto theft observed the truck and attempted to make a traffic stop, but the deputies didn't pursue the vehicle until after they saw 5 juveniles riding in the bed of the pickup. The pickup's driver lost control of the vehicle near the 6400 block State Road 40, and the truck slid across the grass median and collided with 2 other vehicles, a Dodge pickup truck and a red Kia van. The violent collision led to multiple ejections of the juveniles from the stolen pickup, which ultimately caught fire and burned. All 9 people involved in the crash were transported to area hospitals. 2 of the juveniles, the 14-year-old driver, the pickup, and the 15-year-old front seat passenger, remained in critical condition, while everyone else was released from the hospital, including the drivers of the other 2 vehicles, the report said. Upon impact, items such as ammunition, firearms, keys, credit cards, cash, clothing were all thrown from the Ford pickup, as well as a key fob belonging to a stolen Dodge Durango that was recovered in Denellen with a blown tire. Through investigative leads and victim identification, the items were tied to approximately 9 auto burglaries in the 4 Ranch neighborhood in Ocala. A witness reported seeing the juvenile pulling on door handles in the neighborhood and then fleeing to a maroon Dodge Durango, the same vehicle that was recovered in Denellen. With the vehicle inoperable, the juveniles allegedly stole the brown Ford pickup truck from a residence in Denellen and then traveled east on South State Road 40, where a witness observed them and notified the sheriff's office. The juveniles are from Tampa area and range from 11 to 16 years old. Ocala police detectives are charging all of them with auto theft and 9 counts of burglary and theft. 3 of them have been interviewed by detectives and admitted to driving to Ocala in the Durango and committing burglaries in multiple neighborhoods while under the influence. The juveniles are from the Tampa area, like we said. The 3 juveniles have been arrested due to injuries or medical transport. The remaining 4 will have juvenile pickup orders sought. The arrests were the result of a joint effort between the Ocala Police Department in the Marion County Sheriff's Office. So if anybody had been, like it said, within the Four Ranch area that had their car broken into or had anything been stolen or burglarized, looks like they got them in lieu of this, how it's connected to the actual crash. I think we reported that there was a truck crash where they had been thrown from the vehicle, and now it's being linked to these juveniles who actually were committing burglaries and thefts within Ocala and Marion County. So there you go. Incredible. Incredible. Whew. Anyway, we're coming here to the bottom of the hour. It's a good show for you here this Friday as we're rounding out our work week. And up next, when we come back from the bottom of the hour, OM Radio, we'll have Ocala Magazine in the studio to wrap up our last half hour as we get to 11 o'clock. And at 11 o'clock, from 11 a.m. to 12 noon, we're starting our new show here, hosted and ran by Joe Martone with host Annie Marie Delgado. It's our Conservative Watch Hour. Like I said, Conservative Watch Hour running from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. Stay tuned for that as we're looking to be running that now for every week on Friday, starting today, the inception of the show today, Conservative Watch Hour, 11 a.m. to 12 noon. So stay tuned for that. We'll be back after this. You're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source. And we're back after this.